car feels really nicely.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel, you know, really stiff or weird noises and things like that. Alright everyone, welcome back to Automotive Anatomy. Today we have Jason. Jason, thank you so much for making the time. And let me, before we start, I must say it. I got here 40 minutes late. I am extremely sorry, dude.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
That's unprofessional and inappropriate. So thank you so much for making the time. And then you got me coffee on top of that, man.
You're good, man. You're good.
Definition of killing with kindness. Thank you so much, Jason. Seriously.
You're good, man.
What do you drive?
I drive an 01 ITR, K-swapped. A bunch of spoon
Don't
goodies.
release all the secrets, man.
Oh, man.
All the serious guys just left. No.
It's fine. It's fine.
Talking about this beautiful car, man. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's start about you, Jason. When do you remember thinking cars is my hobby? This is what I want to pursue.
I got an older brother, and a lot of people like, you know, you start with an older brother, and he was into cars, and I got into it. He took me to hot import nights. Oh. Yeah, a long time ago when I was a little kid, you know. I remember going with the VCR camcorder, recording all the cars out there. But yeah, ever since then, I just got into it. I got hooked on that bug.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
How old do you think you were?
11, 12? I was young, dude. I was pretty young.
Really young.
Yeah.
And was it Hondas automatically that grabbed your attention? Or
It was.
cars in general?
It was Hondas for the most part, just because I was around it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then throughout middle school, I had buddies who were into rotaries. People were into like Datsuns, and then I kind of met those people too. I grew up in Gardena, so like rotary power, TSR fabrication, all those people in there. They've always kind of got me into like classics. So I have a classic as well, but Honda's always had a little bit of a, it's easier to get to, easier to obtain, right? So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So when you start kind of getting of age, what becomes your first car?
EK. It was
right off the bat?
Right off the bat, it was an EK. It was
my
brother's friend. He was selling it. It was a B18 C5
Damn,
EK.
and swap?
Yeah.
What the heck?
But when I bought it, I didn't have the money to come up to buy the swap and the shell. So he just sold me the shell, and so like I got it. Yeah, I was like, I think I was 18, 19.
Dude, that's freaking young.
Yeah, that's pretty young. So I saved the money up, bought the shell. It was already ready for a swap, but I just couldn't afford the motor. Yeah, so I put a single cam in it, and like every other Honda, I had Rega Masters on it, and everything was looking good, and then it got stolen.
That's spoon though, man.
Yeah.
So good.
You hear everything, dude.
Believe it or not, I love that. I was about to comment about that. I love that. I love how like the tires just pick up all the little rocks. What kind of pads are you running on the brakes?
Project Mu.
Gotcha. They're great, you know, once everything's heated up.
So I tried hawk pads, I tried a lot of pads. I'm like, what doesn't squeal as much? And believe it or not, some of the ones that I got recommended are out of, they don't make them anymore, the raised Vestas.
Oh, okay.
And you can't get them anymore. Can't find them. My buddy has them, and it's pretty easy. There's no squeaking.
Oh, okay.
And they're really good on track.
The performance oriented.
So I tried these ones, they weren't squeaking for a while, and I did a track test.
Gotcha!
Yeah, I heated them up, and that was it.
That's all it took. Man. You're right. I mean, obviously we're not going too fast, nor the road is actually in decent condition. It's not perfect, but the car feels really nicely.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel you know, really stiff or weird noises and things like that. a big difference, right? But it's just like Hondas don't have a 6. Why?
Are you going down? Stop.
Well, the power delivery is there, you know. Clearly, that's the reason the love for K and the love for a K in this chassis, because it just feels so much powerful. The rawness of it, the car itself.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, the Integra, specifically the ITR, is probably one of the best handling Hondas.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's been your experience.
It has. I mean, for the most part, the rear feels a lot looser. If you add a sway bar and stuff, sure, to a GSR, but naturally when I got this car with just the stock ITR, sway bars and everything, you can feel the turn in, a little easier, a lot more nimble. It was definitely noticeable for me coming from a GSR.
Yeah, I took a little break and I actually came across a 510.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I still have that car till today.
Oh, no way. Okay.
Yeah, I still have it. It's been a restoration project for years.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but yeah, after that I just kind of stayed away from Hondas, took the 510 apart, and then just kind of got out of it. I've been slowly building that car. And then I came across a couple of buddies who were tracking.
Okay.
And they were tracking S2000s. And so I was like, damn, that's kind of cool. I want to get back into it. And now that I'm older, I got a little more funds, I actually bought a GSR. And so then after that, snowballing effect, I bought the spoon parts, got back into it, and then this came up, and I just said I can't pass it up. I always wanted an ITR, so.
So the GSR was cool, I guess, right?
It was cool.
But it just wasn't what you wanted.
No, because
at the long run, I guess.
Yeah. For me, it was always been the ITR, and I've met some guys online, and they kind of convinced me that the ITR was so much different than the GSR. Like everything's different, it feels different, and I was like, I don't know, I couldn't believe it, and I never got into to drive an ITR, so when this came up, I was like, let me try it out, and yeah, it's actually kind of like you got to really drive a regular car, a regular Integra, and then this one to kind of feel the differences, but it's there, it's different.
Oh yeah, 100%, yeah, for sure. So where did this car come up?
This car came up.
And were you even looking for a car? No, it just came up and you're like, hey, maybe that's the opportunity I need.
Yeah. So my buddy had this car stored away for a long time, and I didn't know about it. I kind of met these guys little by little, found out they were into really like a lot of ITRs. They had it stored up for a while. I think Loy. I think you talked to him before, Loy Spec. And so they said that, hey, an ITR's for sale. My buddy's getting rid of it. They got to close up shop, and I was sitting in the warehouse. I went to go check it out, and the rest is history. I just picked it up. I couldn't say no. Sold this GSR, took off all the parts, and then this is where it's at today.
And this, how long ago was it?
About 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, 2 years.
Well, it's crazy because now I can tell, like, you knew exactly what you wanted, the direction that you wanted to go with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
It's very well balanced. It's cool that it doesn't have all these weird tweaks or sounds at the back. It feels very well built, man.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, comfort was a big deal for me. Like, I wanted it to be comfortable. I can drive it still, I can take it wherever I want to on the weekends. Granted, I'm near it, but, to me, I wanted to be able to have both.
The exhaust is perfect, like you mentioned, for like this Cars and Coffee track, but it's not annoying.
So the one spoon piece that I don't really have is the N1 exhaust. I don't know if you've seen those before, but they're loud as hell.
And you're like, and that's the reason why I don't have it?
Yeah, high tech makes a really nice exhaust. My buddy Lloyd put me onto it. I was like, I never know what the hell this was, but it's like a twin loop design, kind of like a Mugen one, and it's really quiet, man. I love it. And when I want to get on it, it's there. When I don't, it's like this. I can still talk to someone.
Yeah. That's cool. Oh yeah, this road is nice, man. I can just imagine you at 6 in the morning just ripping through it.
The next few turns are pretty fun. This is like the beginning part of it.
This is not even the fun part. Wow.
No. When I got my EP Trans, it was Gaiken. I wanted to feel the difference. And there's 2 switchbacks. It's really short, but that's where I learned. Oh shit! It's actually pulling me through. It's fun.
Were you like in 3rd gear the whole time?
Huh? I hit it 2nd. It's pretty crazy.
2nd?
It's fun, yeah.
Man, that's wild. And the car you said has been reliable. There's no hiccups.
Yeah, man. That's the thing about it. Is like I haven't had a problem. The motor, the history.
Of course, don't jinx it, Gus.
Yeah, that's right. No, the motor came from a 08 SI. It was rear-ended. So I knew the history of the motor through Lewis, and he told me like, yeah, the car was hit from the rear, and the engine only had 50,000 miles on it.
Wow, brand new.
And then this car was strictly track duty. So like, even when he did drive the car, it was only track, and he trailered there. So, you know, the motor probably has like 70,000 maybe, plus what I added onto it. So.
Well, I mean, 2 years in the making, and you said this car has been tracked, right?
Yeah, that was.
You tracked it yourself?
Yes. Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. So
Doesn't look like it, dude. What do you
I
mean
take
you
it.
tracked this car?
I mean, I'm not a fast guy yet. You know, I'm learning still like the ins and outs. But you know, it's fun learning about the different pieces and just putting them together and like, oh shit, I did feel like a little bit more oversteer. Oh, I did feel a little bit more understeer and messing with things.
I'm off the track.
Yeah. Oh, I'm off the track. Yeah. Oh, I spun out. Oh, cold tires. That's actually the thing. You know.
Yeah.
But that's part of the fun of it. So I'm not that aggressive just yet, but you know, I'm getting more comfortable.
Gotcha. And when you got it, what is the vision of it? I mean.
This, for the most part, this is what I call my V0. Like I've always watched, you know, the best motoring videos. The Spoon the Spoon ITR has always been my thing, you know. So like the theme of Spoon has been the V0, but hopefully the next is gonna be like when I get a little bit more seat time, aero, more power.
Man, I don't know. It's just.
Why not?
It's so clean the way it is. I'm sure you have ideas. And,
yeah.
And once you get it going, you'll you know, execute perfectly.
Of course.
Man. So let's start talking about it. Okay, the car originally is a white.
It's it used to be Nighthawk Black Pearl.
A nice dark black pearl.
Yeah. So it's a Nighthawk. It was it's an 01 ITR. They didn't come in this color in 01, so.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's a USDM ITR.
And then what is the color now?
Championship white.
Championship white.
The weird creamy white that stands out.
It is.
I love it though. I love it.
It's funny because like that's how actually I saw your car for the first time when I met you for the white photo shoot.
Right.
And it was cool to see how white there's other whites.
Mm-hmm.
The difference in them, but obviously the championship whites are, you know, they have a heritage, so it's the reason why, you know, somebody would want to paint it, and it flows so nicely. The fact that people still continue to paint it that color, I think it's a good thing, man.
Definitely.
And what else have you done to the front end?
Aside from getting like the headlights, you know, refinished, rebuffed, PPF'd, just a spoon lip. It has the splitter brackets ready for a splitter when I'm ready. But yeah, outside, that's really it. It's an OEM bumper, so nothing too fancy.
Man, the aftermarket support for Integras is just, it's so good, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff out there.
Lip is one of my favorites.
Yeah, people give me crap for that. They're like, you're driving around and tracking with the spoon lip, a real one. I'm like, what else is it gonna do? It's gonna sit in the garage and get dusty? Like, what the hell? Like,
so you have mentality? Like, I like
that.
Yeah.
It
takes a lot of, you know, to be rocking something so, you know.
Put it this way, it keeps me off from going off the track.
Take off the lip.
I know.
Like
Probably, but yeah.
Yeah, but overall the car is so immaculate, man.
Thanks, man.
It's great. I like the fact that you're of that mentality of like, hey, like that's the whole point of a car. If you don't want to rock the cars, then what's the point?
It's just that's me, you know. Like everyone has different funds, and I'm sure I'm fortunate enough to do it. I get it, but like at the same time, it's like, why if it's just gonna sit in the garage all day, you know?
Absolutely. I agree, man. All right, and then suspension. What did you do to it?
JRZ two ways.
Whew.
Yeah, so
damn, bro. Like...
I went all in. It was the guy that I worked with for my 510. He does 510 JRZ builds.
Okay.
And I rode him one time, and man, on the street it was just super smooth. You know, I wanted something comfortable. You know, I know everyone's like track and street car, you can't really mix the two. It has to be one or the other. But yeah, it was comfortable as hell. I'm like, how'd you do that? He's like, yeah, I have it on soft. Oh shit! So he's telling me like compression and rebound, and I'm like, oh shit, it's pretty cool. And so like when I got the GSR, I wanted the same thing. I wanted to be able to turn it up when I wanted to,
right,
and then go comfortable when I wanted to. So, yeah.
Okay. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
And then braking system.
Monoblock spoons. So the big ones. I had the twin blocks in the GSR, so those couldn't go over. Well, they could have, but yeah. I want something a little
This is
bigger.
much better. Man. And then wheel and tire setup?
It is RT660s, 16 by 7.5 spoon wheels. Yeah.
60 by 7.5. And the tire size?
215, 45, 40, 45. Yeah, forgot. Yeah.
Absolutely nailed. Just the stance, look, the fitment. Obviously, Integras have had, you know, the perfect stance for a long time.
Yep.
But it's just so good to see. It looks very, very functional, and I think that's also helps with your comfort.
For sure.
industry.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about like angling it too much, you know.
'Cause
And it feels I feel like the car better, the profile on the side, you know.
Gotcha.
15s look cool, but like, yeah, you're low.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. And then the mirrors?
Spoon mirrors.
All of it, man.
Yeah.
Very cool. It's great. I mean, there's really nothing much you have to do to this car. It
Drive it.
just drive it.
Drive it. Figure out what's missing. You know, like I said, next step when I get faster, when I can actually appreciate it, aero, you know, splitter, GT wing, and stuff like that. So, but I'm not there yet. I'm still learning.
Still learning.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool. And is this the GSR is the first one that you actually started tracking with?
Yeah,
Or-
I drive
okay.
with the GSR. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I
The
had
510 is. I don't think it's ever gonna.
no. The 510 is no. The 510 is more of a cruiser classic.
Are you building the L on that, or what are you doing?
It's
with-
SR20 swap.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, SR20.
Okay. That's like that's literally like the B16, B18 of the Dodge.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's more than enough, right? You could do all these crazy swaps in those cars. There's so much space, but man, it's like you can't put it down.
The car's so light.
Yeah, it's, you know.
You think these cars are light until then you get into one of those and you realize how light the doors and everything is. Maybe not the safest of cars, but
It's like a freaking tin
yeah,
can. It's a
yeah,
tin
yeah.
can.
Like when you're sitting on a red light and a car passes by, you just kind of.
You feel it, yeah. You feel it. In that car, when I used to drive it, I used to drive that 510 a lot, you know, in school. So like it was definitely. I mean, when it used to rain, you could feel the water because there was so much rust underneath the floorboards. I could feel the water on my feet. But yeah, there's no forgiving in that car. Everything you feel, every rock, every piece of garbage.
Wild,
Yeah.
dude.
This one's a little more comfortable. So this is comfortable to me, you know.
And it's funny because like to some other people, this is just outdated. This is not comfortable.
Yeah.
It's loud, blah blah blah.
Sure.
Right, yeah. So there's different tolerance levels.
Sure.
Such a cool experience, man. This is just the fact that somebody 2024 is still building a car like this. It's funny you mentioned about the interviews. We interview people like yourself, but there's not that many people like yourself anymore. People like yourself that got the funds now, they step away from the Honda. They might still love them, but they go into a higher brand or a newer something, because reality is that you're still gonna run into issues with these cars now, and some people don't want to deal with that. So the fact that there's people like you in the community who still want to pursue this type of chassis, this type of specs, that's what it's all about, dude.
So when I got my career going, I got my funds going, and my family settled, I just wanted to do the things I wanted to do, you know, like that's always what I wanted, you know.
I can just picture like your coworkers getting their first paycheck, looking up GT3 RSs.
Yeah, that's
and
what
you were looking up Integra.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Like all my friends, like they're
CRXs look good.
yeah, I'm on Marketplace. They're getting their shit shipped from like Porsche, you know. Yeah, it's funny, but it's to me, that's just me, you know. Like everyone has their own tastes and stuff.
1000%, man.
So,
but it's funny. I'm putting it out there in the universe, man. I want a GT3 RS too, but these cars are still to me the ones that I can relate to the most.
Yeah.
These are the ones that started for me. You know, my brother had actually an Integra 2-door like this, LS, and it was great. And now, 2024, I still break my neck over cars like this because they're special, man. They don't make them like they used to. Man, it's a tight road right here. So this is where you feel the
Yeah,
back. We're going slow, man.
Too bad we got traffic in front of.
Whoa!
We got traffic in front of us, though.
Bro, like I can only imagine how fast you take those.
Yeah, those are fun turns right there. Yeah, those are the two turns right there that I kind of feel like, oh shit, that's what Nella Z does, you know?
That's cool, man. Just the little things, man.
Yeah. Nah, like I said, I couldn't do this before. I just wanted to do it, and it's always been my thing. And I know like those fancy cars have like statuses with them. It's never been me. Yeah.
It's funny though, but like the ITR is not there. They have so much status, and they're classics, man. Like
Yeah, because of the age, you know.
Like the following behind it, people that know, ITRs are special.
Oh sure.
Integras in general, but ITR is special. Like
Yeah.
cool, man. Let's talk about the interior. If you don't mind opening up the door for us,
Yeah.
please, Jason. Let's see what we got going on. Woo.
Complete almost.
That's a track car? Come on, man. A show car. Tell us, what do you got going inside, man?
Yeah, USDM interior from the ITR. Got spoon goodies everywhere. Spoon seats. K-tune shifter. Got a little cheap little sound system, but it's cool to drive to the track. You can listen to the music, rock out when you need to. Spoon seats, PCI, seat rails, auto power bar, Takata harness.
Yeah. And it's just so clean. I mean, the fact that it just got it, battery in the back.
Yep.
The reservoirs for the coils are there. Looks super cool, and obviously they're functional. Yeah, man, this is cool.
Thanks, man.
Kudos, man. And I'm assuming the car didn't look like this when you first purchased it. I
No,
was missing a lot of this.
no, everything was gone. There was no carpet.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Gone.
It was gone, yeah. I mean, he saved it, so it just needed to be restored.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not like it already came with the seats, a whole bunch of stuff.
Mhm.
You actually did the homework behind it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Man. Any plans for the interior, if any?
Interior wise, I don't think so. Like I sometimes when I track, I put my aim cluster on there. You can see the Velcro on the cluster right there. I just kind of Velcro my aim cluster there. I do have a 3D printed bezel and small things here and there. So.
But for the most part, this is perfect. That's it.
Yeah,
you're not gonna go more gutted. You're not gonna put more interior.
No. I still want comfort. Like I know I track it and stuff, but to me it's like, I would say about 60%, 70% more street car than anything.
Street driven.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But I don't really drive it on the street because you can't really go to like the market and leave it. You gotta keep your eye on it.
As you learn your lesson with your. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It sucks, but that's the reality, and people that know that this is a unicorn, man. It's a classic, and yeah, man, that's wild. Well, all these buckety seats and blah 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 for what is it, D series? You went to another D series? Let's check out the power, if you don't mind. I don't believe it's K.
I don't believe it's K.
He said it's K, but let's not pop the hood. I was like, what?
Yeah. I might piss some people off, but it's fine.
It's funny you say that because it will, but then there's a big majority of people that are like, hey, like, if you can upgrade the car and this is a perfect upgrade, why not?
Mhm.
So you can't keep everybody happy. Okay, so the car was not K, or it was K when you first purchased it?
It was K when I got it.
Okay.
It was already in here, so I had to do a lot of the legwork. And in my GSR, I had a C5, right?
Oh, nice. Okay.
So it was beat, and I realized the hard way how expensive beat parts are nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
This is fairly recent, so like I just didn't want to go through that again.
And obviously, this was a major reason why it kind of gave you that desire to have this specific car, correct?
Right. I mean, that was part of the reason, but got lucky. I hadn't had to do all the work to get this in here too much. And obviously, I cleaned it up. It was pretty much stock, but.
Mm-hmm. Man. Well, if this is a track car, it looks very, very good. I think you've done a great job of just maintaining it and keeping it super clean. Tell us, what are we staring at?
It is a K20 Z3, I think from an 08 SI. EP3 Type R transmission, so a little bit shorter gears. custom 3-inch intake, radium fuel rail, and some pretty simple stuff.
The wiring was already there?
No, I put a rye wire.
You did it, yeah.
Yeah, harness.
Man, you gotta call because I know those things are not cheap.
Oh yeah.
That's why I asked you. I was like, wait, no.
The mil spec, yeah, he does a good job. So.
And because it just cleans up the base.
It does.
More. And obviously, you know, we know his history with rye wire. He does a great job. So, gotcha. Okay. I mean, it's still on just pump gas, right?
Yeah, man. Easy.
Okay,
Anyone gets nothing crazy. Still stock. The only thing different is the trans. The trans a little bit shorter. Has a OS Geiken or Geekin. I don't know how to pronounce it, but.
Me neither. Don't worry. people know what you're saying.
There you go.
People understand how the things I say. They somehow, you know, they still tune in. I like that. Okay. And then the motor is stock, right?
Motor's plain stock. Yeah, it's more than enough for me right now. Plenty of kick in it. Faster than my B series, so I got it tuned. And yeah, I made more power than obviously the B series in the stock form. So.
Yeah, man, people are so upset right now.
I don't know, man. It's tough. I get it.
I mean, but people keep saying, "Hey, it's more expensive to build a B," and there's still a big population of people are like, "No, it's not." Clearly, it is. Like
No.
You cannot deny the fact. You might be B series forever, but a K is just offers you that accessibility that if it breaks, you can go to a junk yard and practically take something out from a Honda Pilot or a Honda Accord, and there it is. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Future plans for the engine. Engine bay.
So I have the high-tech headers and exhaust all the way back. I think next is probably just going to be bigger intake, more air. So bigger intake manifold.
Like a turbo? So
okay. Not yet, no. I want to keep this build NA. I'll keep my 510 for forced. Okay. Yeah, but this one's just going to be stock. First thing is probably going to be head work, cams and stuff like that.
So in the future, you do plan on kind of doing some type of NA upgrade?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I think with NA builds, it's like chasing pennies, you know, with little things. You know, you're not going to make a ton of power. It needs to be definitely balanced, and it has to be figured out from the get-go. You can't just slap on cams and slap on this. You know, you got to actually like think about balancing it out. So, you know, I'm not there yet. You know, this is more than enough power for me now, but I think the head is where I'll start first. You know, get a better flow in there.
Well, I mean, is K the way?
I don't know.
Don't worry, I don't want to get you in trouble.
I don't know, man.
We already know the answer. You're like, SR the way.
No.
I get you, man. Well, I mean, you've done so many cool goodies, and having no hiccups at the track or even just driving around.
Only thing has been the axles. These are the V1 mounts of Passports, so like the angle's a little different. I know there's a new one that kind of puts the motor closer to the front, puts the angles in a better position, but I was on the track and my axle just kind of started clunking on me, and then I was done.
So you think it is putting a little more pressure?
Yeah.
So positioning.
Yep.
Oh, I wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, so it was a journey. We got like O'Reilly axles down the street from the track, rushed back, put it back together, and then drove it home again.
And that's the beauty of Hondas.
Yeah.
In essence, you know?
Yeah. That was a journey. That was definitely an experience. It never happened to me. I was like having back-to-back great sessions and back-to-back great track days. Nothing ever happened. I'm like, I'm getting lucky, and then sure enough, I jinxed it. And then I had one day. I was like, I had one session out at Streets of Willow, and then pretty much the rest of the day was just fixing the car until I got home. So it kind of sucked. And I don't trailer it, so I have to drive it home. So I had no choice. Yeah, I had no choice.
It takes a lot, man. If you don't trail it, and you can't really push it because you
gotta get home. You gotta get home.
Auto Parts was there to help you.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that is great, man. I mean, I wouldn't do anything to it. I think you're right. The power to weight to this car, now that you got the back, obviously the cage has a little bit of weight, but it's just the sound, the rawness. That's the reason. This is almost legit the reason why we love Hondas, right? Especially with the K, and I got it 90s car, which is still relatively light and great handling car and things of that nature. So it's just, I wouldn't do much to it, man. This is perfect. I think this is the way, it should stay. It's great, man.
Yeah, ever since I saw those cars at Hot Import Nights, you know, I didn't do the whole body kit thing, but like I've always been into them. I think it was like a Team Tecna or Team Autobots. They had this blue one, and to me, it was like that caught my attention from the get-go. Yeah. If I find the camcorder, I'd probably watch it. I'm like, what the fuck? That's the car. I can't find that car today. You know.
The camcorder. You were with me before.
The camcorder. Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild, dude. That's so cool that your brother took you.
What's up?
That's so cool that your brother.
Oh yeah. Not like I'm spinning wheels and, you know, going fast in a straight line. To me, it's more what you can do on the turns, you know.
Well, it's much more fun to drive a slow car fast.
Yes.
And the thing is, this car's not slow. That's the thing. Like, these cars are fast. We're just comparing it to the new freaking, you know, performance out there. The Camrys are pushing 260, I think, from factory. Like, but it's different. They're also 3 times the weight of this. This is fun. The fact that they're nimble, they're light. You feel the road, especially the suspension. I even forgot the car was slower. Now that we got into this little canyon that the road's practically smooth, like, and I'm sure you're going to stiffen it up a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
Even to me, the way I'm feeling the car right now, I'm like, man, this is comfortable, and you can still, you know, drive enthusiastic.
Little Subaru meat.
A lot of vaping.
A lot of vaping. It makes me so happy sometimes. You know, I gotta blow off steam, just drive through here and just have fun. I'm sure the people around don't like that too much though. Yeah, but I keep it low key. I don't do it all the time. Disclaimer.
Alright, man. Thank you so much. Most importantly, thank you so much for waiting.
No worries.
Still, man, that's super
You're
inappropriate
good.
from my end. So my apologies. This time change got to me. But man, amazing car. I think this is the reason why we do the channel. You mentioned you watch the videos. Thank you so much for that, man. You're gonna help inspire somebody in New York, somebody in a whole different part of the world that I'm not even aware. Because they're gonna look at this car. Every Integra brings a different story to it, and yours is definitely a special one as well. So thank you so much, man, for making that time.
No worries.
Shout outs.
First, Loispec. They helped me put this car together. Natural Aspirations out in Torrance. Mario, TSR Fabrications, Lewis, my wife, let me have this fun.
Most important.
Yeah. Mang at 3's Racing, ITR Brian. Yeah, man, that's really it.
That's cool, man. And I'm sure you're forgetting 1 or 2 people. I mean, it's just with a process like this and a project like this, it just escalates. Especially now, it's funny you mentioned that. When I was in high school to now, the funds are different. So now you want to build something that you now can.
Yeah.
So you nailed it, dude. So
thanks, man.
Thank you for the opportunity, man. This
of course.
Is a beautiful car. Seriously, thank you for sharing your story.
Appreciate it, Gus.
All right, man.